In 3, 2, 1. And welcome back to Janky AF and my janky life. Well, excuse me as I wipe the screen off here. A little dust. You find us in the powder room, which is nearly completed. We have the wonderful black Elger. I believe this is called the Canterbury. And, I think I need a couple new plumbing parts for it. But, so I've been keeping the water line off. Because if you turn it on, that way it didn't even actually so, sometimes I can't tell. That time it didn't seem to try to refill itself. But it's not the greatest flush in the world, but... this is a powder room toilet, so most cases you're not, flushing, wide loads, as it were. So it flushes and it fills back up and it's up and running. It's not leaking. Obviously our baseball door here, this is a baseball theme, and then, I just giraffe was lying around. I love giraffes. But this little stool is a great little corner stool, and I was like, well, where can I put it? It's kind of tight down here. It's a small space. And then I realized that it fit just absolutely perfect right on, the lip of this orange thing. Now, what we'd have to do here, this is going to be like sort of a baseball card wall. When I put this like wainscot in, this chair rail, I realized it was like the perfect height for a baseball card. So we're not done yet, but it's getting really close. Also, for some reason, when I turn these water lines on, like the hot water will barely dribble out and the cold water doesn't come out at all in our little black vessel sink here. Did all the plumbing. That was like an adventure because I do know nothing about plumbing, ironically, for a person who paints toilets. And everybody said, don't use these like, because the water gets trapped in there. And I understand that, but there was like kind of the only way I could get it to work. So, a lot of little odds and ends, but we're really closing in and I'm really happy. I think putting artwork on the walls and getting the baseball cards on here. I like this little thing. It's actually quite sturdy. It's not going anywhere. I should probably do one more coat. This isn't really, obviously I'm mimicking a baseball and the stitches on it. So that needs a little touching up. But, we're pretty much there. Finishing touches, although the last 10% of anything is always the hardest. And that is true. This light is going to have, I think I showed you in one video, like a baseball globe on it. So I bought the globe. Then I bought a light fixture that I thought would fit. Got it, tested the globe, and the globe didn't fit in the fixture. Then I found another fixture that the globe did fit in. Bought it. It arrived, and like the little sort of mounting ring around the actual fixture that the light screws into. Look at this beautiful misty morning here. I've been getting to work actually early these days, if you can believe that or not. And we also have, I think we have a yellow picked out. This is golden honey, and the sweetheart really likes it. I like it too. And then a China white. Shout out to Dwin, who got me going on this China white. So we got a little bit of that just to test out. And I believe this is, while we're keeping score, Black Forest Green, very famous color in our fair town. So where was I? I think I just went over like 3 or 4 points there. Anywho, the powder room's nearly done. So I bought this light fixture, and that, well, you can see the mist. I can't really zoom. I got my GoPro today because my iPhone is out of storage, as it always is. So running janky, but I don't know if you can see that the mist is like coming right through those trees, the sun through the mist through the trees. The globe fixture broken. So, all right, return the fixture and get a replacement sent at the same time. Luckily they send the replacement before I even sent the original one out. That fixture shows up also broken in the exact same spot. So then I return that. I put both of them in one package with the little strips that you have to put in to identify them or whatever on Spamazon. And it said, thought I was doing them a favor, just one package instead of 2. Then I get a notice that one item has been returned. So they only gave me credit for one item. There's Milo, I don't know if you can see him. Milosh, come here. Hi, Milo. We're kind of on wide angle right now. So now I think I've only gotten credit for one item being returned. No good deed goes unpunished. So now I got to go yell at them. I don't know. We'll see what happens. 18 bucks, but it's like, if that's a lot of money to you, it's like, I don't like just throwing $18. I don't, you know, wipe my tuchus with $18 and then flush it. You know, like that's a whole other light fixture for the thing. So it's like, you know, it's one thing to be like cheap, but it's another thing just to like not be an idiot, you know. So, anywho, we have the Aerostar Cavalcade here. I gotta get these garbage cans out of the way, and thank you to our wonderful local company, it's kind of an institution in this area who does our garbage, and they always do such a wonderful job, so we appreciate that. So here's the story with the Aerostars, and I feel it's not been raining, and I just like looking at this thing, so I haven't been keeping it under cover the last few days, but I do wonder, even with the condensation and the cold at night, you know, I really want to kind of protect this baby. So I started it for about 1 second, and maybe I'll try to toss that footage in right now.
Oh my God.
So I bought one of these jumper packs that's like, you know, got the boost on it, and it's 4,000 whatever, and it's, you know, you can jump start a 9-liter car or an unlimited gasoline car and up to 9-liter diesel and blah blah blah. So, and sure enough, the boost thing, dome light and all the electronics fired right up. I started the car, the van, the Aerostar as it were, and it's like, oh my God, it fired up. And in the instructions, they say as soon as you start the car, you gotta like take the jumper pack off. I don't know if it like sends power back in it or whatever. I'm not, you know, too savvy in that department. I don't understand even basic electronics because, you know, I'm janky. So took the little jumper thing off, and the van immediately shut down. So I'm like, you know, I've had enough of this. Plus this one, even though the dome light will start and the key will go in there, it's funny because that one boosted, and this one I tried to put the same tool on and boost that one. Now maybe it didn't have enough power in it, but I couldn't get it to boost this one, even though I think this battery's in better condition. So the brown one, that one actually, and yeah, I went to start that one the other day and got nothing, and I was like, oh my God, here we go. So, but I actually realized that I had just unplugged the terminals on this one. So I plugged the terminals back in. God bless this thing. This one fired right up. A smaller battery, as you can tell too, and it's funny because the polarities actually, the positives on the left here, and the later Aerostars, the positives on the right, or maybe it's just an engine configuration, whatever it is. So that, again, just fired right up, and it actually seemed like it was almost running a little better. You know, having to give it like way too much gas to like engage when I was letting the clutch out seemed like that wasn't happening. So I think I'm trying to take this down the road, but as you can see, I was able to move it just enough to mow. Still want to get them all lined up, but we're not quite there yet. It's just the sluggish pace of my janky life is like sort of infuriating sometimes, but you know, I gotta go to work soon. So I ended up plunked down the money. Now batteries have been getting really expensive. I actually thought this has a 3-year, I was just talking to a buddy, shout out to Todd, and he was saying batteries only have a 30-day warranty now, and they're like $200. I know a lot of them are over $200, but I was able to get this for, well, in theory like $100, but then plus tax and deposit and all that. I couldn't find the cheapest one. The cheapest one is $69, which is probably, you know, after taxes and deposit and all that, you're looking at close to $100. But now, of course, I've left it outside. I should probably take it inside so it's not, because it's getting cold at night. I just keep running through these batteries, but I'm sure it's fine. It's brand new. So I was able to, you know, it's like a rarity for me to actually have these things work. This, I know it's like doesn't look like much now, obviously, other than the interior, but the door locks all work. I can lock and unlock all the doors. I couldn't do that on my brown one. I don't even know if I can on the green one. And I'm so excited to use like the power locks and everything. I finally got that old alloy wheel out of there. Well, very nice new alloy wheel, I guess, or new to me. But so, you know, just getting more and more acquainted with it, and I just want to keep this so concerned. Does this already, now I'm like paranoid. Is this already starting to flap down? But I think I'll be okay for now. I just got to get the cover back on it. And the goal is to get this thing, get my garage gutted, get this thing in, and then get this thing moved, get the Fiat out, maybe deal with the Fiat a little bit if we have any time or money this fall, which is, probably not likely. But anywho, since I've got this thing, I haven't really looked at it, and now I'm looking at it, and there's like brown residue everywhere. So I'm going to rely on my wonderful Janky AF and audience to tell me. But the weird thing is, it's like, looks like, the proverbial diarrhea hit the fan here. I mean, like, it's everywhere, and I guess that's just condensation, but I'm not sure why everything's brown and rusty. But I did open the coolant. Looks like there's basically nothing in there, and it looks pretty sludgy. I checked the overflow tank down there, same. So even starting it now and just like, having it run for a couple minutes, I don't feel great about, especially if there's no coolant in there. Now, I'm under no, the seller, to his credit, said like, oh, it probably needs a head gasket and the transmission's a little wonky. Like, I bought this vehicle for the interior. Ideally, I would actually like to engine swap this. This is where I get a little crazy. So the Honda K series engine, people swap them in everything. The X19 is a big engine, is a big K series swap. I think it'd be cool because I saw this great dude K swap a Ford Ranger. I know the engine bay is a little bit tighter in here, but if you can fit a 4-liter V6 in here, it seems like you could fit a 2-liter 4-cylinder. It just stands to reason, right? And this thing is packed tight in here, but I think it'd be so cool to K swap an Aerostar, because you would get like the K20Z3, for example, out of the 8th generation Civic Si, which I've been looking at a lot recently. 200 horsepower. You don't make a lot of torque, but it's not like these things made a ton. You'd probably lose a little bit in torque, but I'm probably not going to be towing with this thing. And if I could make 200 horsepower, I think the 4-liter makes what, like 185? Maybe it does make close to 200. I think the 3-liter only makes like 135, and maybe this 4-liter is like 165. It's not a lot. Maybe I'm undershooting it, but if I can make 200 horsepower, get a manual transmission in here, also the red line is like something like 8,000, and it's like the Z3 I think is like full VTEC, so it's on the intake and the outtake, as opposed to like the K20 A3, which is in the EP3 Civic Si, which is the 7th gen, which I love that car. I love those little hatchbacks, and the Si was a hatchback only, but they make like 160 horsepower. If I'm going to do an engine swap, like, I actually don't really care if it makes more power, but it's at least got to be adequate, and ideally have more power than what I have right here. Of course, I just could have this 4-liter, entirely rebuilt, assuming that. All that is to say is, I think there's like some nasty gunk in the coolant. It has engine oil, it has ATF, so that's good. And the oil actually looked pretty decent in here, like not that gunky. But I think I'm just gonna buy some antifreeze, just dump it in there, and at least feel better about that before I try to start this thing. But I think we're not far off from being able to start it, move it. We'll see if it goes into reverse. And then at least we can, we can get all our Aerostars in a line for a photo op. It's like, and I'm not even on social media barely. So it's like, what am I doing the photo op for? Well, myself. So anywho, that's a little tour of my janky life and my janky brain and my janky Aerostars. But they do look great, kind of all lined up now. And I do want to take the brown one for a little cruise, because I think it's earned the right, and it seemed like it just felt better the last time. I gotta get all the toilets out of it. I gotta contact this guy about the bumpers. I just gotta bite the bullet and try to do it, because if I can get bumpers on this thing, it would just be one step closer to completion. I'm not sure why this is sagging. I was under here a little bit the other day, kind of playing with it, and I think it just needs to slide down, but oh, look at that. What a jerk. That's how brittle these things are. I mean, people are not lying when they tell you these things are so. I mean, they really need to make like a carbon fiber Aerostar bumper. I know that's like exorbitantly expensive, and most of the bumpers will be more expensive than the van's cost, but see, I can glue that back together, no problem. Yeah, these things are a problem. So, that being said, I want to go buy 2 more of them, but they're hard to find because most of them are broken. Let's take one last look at the... This episode's gone long, but I feel so bad. It's been like... Oh, by the way, shout out to Jason, and thank you for confirming to me that this is aftermarket. And I probably could have figured that out if I had just read this. But I love that it's Grand Prairie, Texas, and the company's called Saddlebags, which I wonder if they're still in business. But I gotta say, this is a fine product. I mean, we have our CD holder here, and I figured out, this thing was all sort of apart, but I figured out there's actually 2 identical cup holders. I'm not sure if they're supposed to go, if this is supposed to be inverted, but I like the cup holders front and center because it's right in driving position. Little slot here, and then you have this great sliding little shelf that also has this like sort of fake snake skin on it. And then you have a nice big deep pocket here, and then you have 2 more additional cup holders and another slot for you know, your passengers. Oh, I guess the sweetheart's leaving. Okay, I gotta go. Janky, thank you for watching. We'll have another episode of My Janky Life coming very soon, and until then, Janky, thank you. I just spit on the camera, I think. Okay, bye.